something I learned while I was upside down. Let me turn this off before they copyright me. I love Sheba. What's her name? Seba. I don't know how you say it. Something I learned while I was upside down. Because right now my life is physically, if you're looking at my life, it's going to change. But spiritually, if you're looking at my life, it's actually coming together. And I realized, and you be having all the answers already. That's number one. It's just the application is the hard part. Because it's very simple. It's very simple, but it's still hard to do. It's still hard to apply. And so in March of 2020, of this year, it's still 2025, I quit my job to just live my life. I was telling people that I quit my job to start a business. Girl, no, that's a lie. Everybody who I told that to, sorry, I lied to you. Even though I was a personal trainer, I did have a client. That's not why I quit my job. I didn't quit my job to do personal training full time. I quit my job to honor myself, honor my body, honor the way that I was feeling at my job, because it didn't really align with where I wanted to go. It wasn't in the field that I wanted to be in, and it wasn't necessarily my passion. It's just something I did because I needed money. And that's just the truth, you know? And so, I quit. And that may sound very bad to people or irresponsible. But when you ask for something, or when you put an intention out there to heal, to be better, to be more free, and then you're given opportunities to do so and you don't take them, the universe doesn't trust you. Your body doesn't trust you. God doesn't trust you. Nobody trusts you. Okay? You don't even trust you. So just to initiate that trust with myself, and to take my healing more seriously, because I've been on a healing journey for a long time, and it's taken me a very long time to understand myself. But I wouldn't even say that. I feel like, because I'm 25, it's taken me a long time in my lens, just based off of me knowing my entire story. But when you look at people's lives, this is actually probably very quickly. Some people die and never understand the things that I'm trying to grasp and understand and apply within my life. And so I'm very grateful to even be in this position, even though people would feel like I should be sad, or I should be crying, or should be scrambling. No, I'm so very grateful to be in this position, only because I know where it's going to take me. And I know that once I finally put the last piece of the puzzle together, everything will fix itself in a matter of 24 hours. And that's what people call quantum leaping, or you are overnight success, or this or that. But it's not overnight, honestly, because I've been taking my healing journey seriously, the most serious for the past 2 years, but seriously in terms of accumulating information, being observative, and slowly applying it to my reality since 2020. Okay? But I've been doing vigorous energy healing. Hey, I've been doing the trees, or they cutting up over there. You know what? And I'm not gonna say that. But a birdie told me that they be moving, like moving, not moving like, oh, I'm moving my branches, moving like I'm moving to the other side of the street. Okay. Anyway, that's crazy talk, but yeah, when you apply yourself fully, in understanding who you are as an individual, things start to just happen for you. And it's not overnight. It does take time, but people want you to do it the way they did it, or do it the way it's been done already. And that's why they call you overnight success. That's why they say, oh, because you didn't struggle the way that I did, or because you didn't go to school, or because you didn't do this or do that, because you aren't because you don't follow a certain religion, because da 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 da. Like, they have all these becauses that they try to apply on you and be like, okay, yeah, this is over, and I like, what did you do? Like, are you into stuff? Like, no, I am me. I honor myself. I honor my body. I honor my desires. That's why I sat down and I talked to Spirit, and I talked to God, and I said, how do I move forward in the life that I envision for myself? And this is the life that I envision for myself, a life of pleasure, a life of hobbies. I want to do so many different things. I want to take dance classes. I want to take singing lessons. I want to travel the world. I want to teach yoga while I travel the world. I want to, let me not even say want, I will teach yoga and travel the world. I will, what did I say? I will take dance lessons. I will take pole dancing lessons. I will take singing lessons. I will learn Portuguese. I will do all of these things. I will, and I should have the right to, and more people that look like me should have the right to. And that's another thing. Just because of conditioning and programming, everybody in my environment has this idea that people that look like us, or people that are us, or people that's from the place that we are, don't do those things. And while that has been true for a long time, I am here to show y'all who the fuck is lying and who the fuck is telling the truth. Show y'all that trauma is binding in every single fucking way. That you are indeed a traumatized individual. You are not functioning correctly. And me, who's trying to break the curse, break, the lies, start to function in my in my highest degree, which is in happiness, in peace, and in pleasure. It's not crazy. I'm not crazy for trying to do that. I'm not crazy for letting go of every single lie that was ever told to me. I'm not crazy for breaking the mold, breaking the box, doing something that is different. And different not even to the universe or the world. There's nothing new under the sun, just different to your ass. Oh, it's no some groundbreaking thing I'm doing. It's no some... oh my God, it's not. Oh my God, no, it's not. People have done this before and they've been successful. So, what's the difference? The skin color? What's the difference? The geographical location? What's the difference? The mind, the heart, that's the difference. And yes, I'm not going to act like there isn't active things, individuals, systems, and all of these things against people who look like me. People that come from where I come from. I'm not gonna act like they don't exist, because I have a first-hand encounter with all of these things that are engineered to stop people who look like me from enjoying life. And basically, that's it. They just don't want us to enjoy life. I know it's very real, and I'm acknowledging that. But what I'm also acknowledging is my power. Is my power to be free. Is my power to love myself. Is my power to change my reality. Is my power to show up for me. And showing up for me in turn helps everybody else, because it creates pathways, it opens doors, it shines a light in somebody's mind, heart, and soul, and shows them that they can also do the same thing. Because I'm one of the craziest, and when I do this, it's fucking over. There's no excuses for anybody. I'm not taking no excuses for anybody, because the mental prisons that I had to break. Did you see how that break? Do you know the mental prisons that I had to break to accumulate, cultivate, and create the life that I live. Do you know how many people talk shit about me? Do you know how many people lied to me, will talk behind my back? Do you know how many people try to use me, use my body, be weird? Do you know how many people try to literally harm me? And do you know how many people were even successful at harming me, and I had to overcome that? Do you know how isolated I've been my entire life? The type of family that I grew up in, I love them, but the crabs in a barrel mentality, the fix it yourself mentality, the do it yourself mentality, the mentality that you should know every single thing, know how to do every single thing. You should come out the womb already knowing that you're a servant. Do you know what I've been through? Do you know all of the things that I've been through, where I come from, the culture that I grew up in? Even though it is a beautiful culture, it's very harsh. It's very demanding, and that is not a reflection of who we are as a people. That's a reflection of what we've been through. That's a reflection of what was created with slavery and colonization. People think that, oh, this is our culture, this is this. But I promise you that stern culture, that African hard leading with the hand, beating your children, beating this, beating that did not come from our souls. That came from being enslaved. Because every single country, if you sit down and think about it, every single country in Africa had to gain its independence from a white counterpart. So if you had to gain independence, that means at one point in time you were enslaved. So even if you're not, because the diaspora wars will kill me, okay? Because they were like, oh, we're not like the African Americans because we lied to ourselves. We overcome everything. We're so strong, and we can overcome everything, and we can act correctly. We can act like the white people and act and assimilate ourselves into their system. That's what they're saying when they're making that separation. That's where the diaspora wars come from. Oh, why don't you act like how they're acting, since they have the guns, since they have used force, since they have let go of love, and now they're using fire. They're not even using fire. Let me not even give fire a bad rep. I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck they're using. They're using some demonic devil ass shit. And this message is for only people in the know. And I'm not sugarcoating that shit. I'm not acting like I'm so naive and I don't know anymore. I know exactly what the fuck is going on. And if you're listening to this message and you think it's crazy or it doesn't make sense, then it's not for you. And you haven't been doing enough reading. But the sternness of African culture, the pompous energy, the comparing yourselves to other people, the fake nice, all of that comes from being enslaved. All of that comes from playing a part just to survive. That's survival. That whole culture, that whole program is coming from a need to survive because of what we've been through, because of the enslavement, because of the witchcraft. And I'm going to say it loud and proud. It's definitely advanced witchcraft. And you know what advanced witchcraft does? It makes you feel like you are the one who created it. You are the one who wants to be so strong and overcome all of these obstacles and continue to be brought down a peg so you can show how strong you are. Or oh, you have to struggle and work so hard your whole life to get anything or to do anything, when you literally live on a continent that has all of the fucking resources that you could ever fucking need ever in your life. How is the continent that has all the resources in the whole world, every single thing that you would ever need? You would never even need to leave that continent. You would never even need to get on a boat and go anywhere to get anything, because everything is right there in front of you. You're sitting on it. You're sleeping on it. You're wearing it. It's inside of you. So how can that country be now the poorest country? If y'all don't fucking open y'all fucking eyes and see the witchcraft, that's grade A advanced witchcraft. Grade A advanced. High quality. Dior. Okay? Gucci. Not even Dior and Gucci, because they coming down. They little, like, everybody got Dior and Gucci. Like, you can afford to, like, buy one Dior and Gucci. I don't know. This shit is runway shit. Like, this shit you can't even get. It's exclusive, baby. Exclusive witchcraft. And so now me, coming into this world, being born into nothing. It's not nothing, because there's abundance everywhere. It's not nothing. It's something, but it's hard, okay? And you trying to convince these people that they're operating out of a lie, okay? Trying to show them a different way, trying to help, trying to build something better, and they're all tearing you down. And they're all casting you, and they're all ignoring you, and they're all not even really ignoring you to your face, but fucking fiending and fantasizing about you behind your back. Yeah. Can't say nothing to your face, but they have a lot to say when you're not around. And that goes for everybody. And that's why I don't even know. That's why trauma messes with your fucking brain, like, and you don't even know what is anything else. When you grow up in a family like that, where people do that on a daily basis, where people talk mess about each other, where people fight so vigorously, and everything is so fucking traumatic, then you go out in the road and you try to make relationships with people. You think that shit is normal. You think that shit is cute. You think that shit is sweet, and it's fucking not. You shouldn't be telling people your goals, your hopes, and your dreams, and your family is laughing about it behind your back. It should not be that. Especially when this is something that is supposed to liberate and free you, and it can't just be you. Why would I do all of this just for myself? Like, and people, I've had conversations with family members that were just like, it's just for you. Like, that has nothing to do with us. Okay. You know how much that hurt? So I can't even blame anybody. Like, who are you going to point the finger to when your own family acts like that towards you? Who are you going to point the finger to? And where do you find support? Where do you find guidance? Who else do you have to go to except God? And then people want to call me evil just because I don't subscribe to regular forms of religion, but are literally doing the devil's work in my life. Crazy, isn't it? So crazy. But I got so off topic because I got in my feelings. But I came here to say that the answer, you already have it. The answer is this. What is the answer to life? And it's gonna sound so simple, and I heard it so many times. You can hear it, you can miss it, bro. You'll miss it so many times, bro. You will miss it so many times. And I'm gonna tell you everything. This is the fucking blueprint. This is the only fucking video you need. But you can watch other ones because it helps like change your energy and change everything. And there's a lot of energy work that also has to go into it. But it doesn't have to be a lot. We make it a lot because we haven't established systems to help, remove whatever is blocking us. And so once we start to do that, then it's better. But it's hard to, because life, you have a job, you have a family, you have this, you have that, things, you have to keep things together. And that's why most of my life has fallen apart, because it's hard to do this and keep other things together, especially if you don't have nobody to provide for you financially. Like, I don't have a boyfriend, I don't have nothing, it's just me. And I have my family, but that whole time it's an uphill battle. I'm there and they're speaking negatively on my plans, they're making me feel bad, they're telling me to do this and do that, and it's like, bro, I'd rather be in my car. But I'm trying not to look like a homeless person. Oh my God. But anyway, that's besides the point. This is the answer. Answers to life. Life, this world, when it was first started. Now, this is my opinion. But I'm telling you, this is the answer. But it's still my opinion. But I'm going to give it to you. When this world was created, it was black. Darkness. The first thing that came out was God. His voice, and he said, let there be light, and then there was light. So when you're talking about reinventing and creating your new life, you have to start off with darkness. You have to start off with the black, okay? Because that's the best canvas to create. The best canvas to create is with nothing on it. Now you have the freedom to create and do whatever you want to do. Now you have that freedom. But what happens is, when you're a kid, that's the best time, okay? You are black. You don't have nothing on you, except maybe your DNA, okay? You have your DNA, you have what your parents gave you, but environmental patterns can override that, okay? It can. But then there are some DNAs that are very strong, and fuck the environment. But environment plays a huge part. Environment plays a huge part on what is expressed, in my opinion, okay? These are all opinions. These are all things people have thought about, like, is it nature, is it nurture, da da da. But when you are a kid, for the most part, you come out black. Then you come into this world, and the world starts to write a story for you. Your environment starts to write a story for you. Your parents start to write a story for you. Your friends and family start to write a story for you. They start your canvas. You had this big, beautiful black canvas, or canvases are white, whatever. Blank. That's the word. You have this big, beautiful blank canvas. And then people start coming in, writing on your canvas. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. Oh, da 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 da. Oh, this is how we live. Oh, this is our life. This is what we were given. So this is what you're going to do. And this is how you're going to do this. And this is how you're going to do that. Because of what we've been through. And that's where the parental trap comes in. And you become exactly like your parents. Because one, your parents gave you your DNA. And two, because they are also raising you. So they can give you your DNA, they can give you the diseases and the mental illness physically through genetics, and then they will parent you, because they already have it. They have the anxiety, they have the bipolar, they have the whatever. And then they give it to you physically through your genetics, and then they raise you with the disease. So now you have it. Now if you didn't have it before, you have it. And they start drawing more drawings, but it's just all based off of what they have already experienced. That's where their perception of the world is coming from. That's what moves their hand when they start to draw on you, is all of their previous and prior experiences. But remember, they too started off with a blank canvas. They too started off with a blank canvas. And anything, remember, I want y'all to listen to what I'm saying, bro. Anything could have been drawn on this canvas. Any single thing. And even when you look to the story of the Bible, the Noah's flood or Noah's ark or whatever, why do you think God just he just flooded everything? He wanted a blank fucking canvas. Why do you think natural disasters happen? Because sometimes you just need a fucking blank canvas. Sometimes you just need a blank canvas. Why did I quit my job? Because sometimes you just need a blank canvas. Okay? Sometimes you just need a blank canvas. And so, understanding that you came into this world with a blank canvas, and then people, environment, circumstances, the world started to draw on your canvas at a young age where you had no idea what the fuck was going on. No fucking clue at all. And they started to draw on your shit. And this is not Picasso drawing. This is not Van Gogh. No. This is a terrible fucking drawer. This is somebody who just decided, hey, I want to draw today. Let me draw. And now they're drawing all over your fucking canvas. And so now you're walking around with all these other people's drawings on your shit. You didn't even have time to decide who you were or what you wanted. And remembering that a blank canvas is your God-given right is also another thing. But I didn't finish. So you have the canvas, you come into the world, they draw on your canvas. Then you take this canvas that's been drawn on, and you have behaviors that are associated around this fucking canvas. You're like, okay, all these people have told me I'm these different things. I've perceived from my environment and what I've watched that this is how life is. This is what's supposed to happen. This is what I'm supposed to do. Okay? And so I'm going to cater my behavior. I'm going to cater my behavior. I'm going to cater the way that I think. I'm going to cater the way that I dress. I'm going to cater the way that I make decisions based on this canvas that I did not draw myself, that I had no conscious awareness and I had no conscious awareness of other people drawing on. I just called it life. Okay? And so you go into the world and you realize that this is not sustainable. You're looking at this canvas, if you're self-aware enough. Some people are just like, oh, it's life. You're looking at this canvas and you're like, I hate this. I fucking hate this. Why is this happening? Why? Everybody's so miserable. Everybody hates their job. Everybody hates their life. Everybody secretly hates their partner or secretly hates everybody in their life. Why? Because they are lies being told. Because we need a clean slate. Because the canvas needs to be blank again. And what do you think that means? Blow it up. Let me stop. I'm so dramatic. I'm just dramatic, y'all. That's not what it means. But, so this is the secret though. When you remember that you can create a blank canvas, that you can rewrite and reprogram or redraw or paint over even whatever else anybody has tried to force feed onto you, that this is your canvas, okay? And that it is your God-given right to have a blank canvas to draw whatever it is that you want to draw on it. And for all my people who are into manifestation and all of that other stuff, the best point of manifestation is through the void, is in the darkness, is in blackness. Because then you could draw whatever it is that you want to draw. Create whatever it is that you want to create. Be whoever it is that you want to be. And people don't want to do that. People don't want to honor that part of themselves because they are so traumatized and they are so indoctrinated to the point where they feel like they need a regulator or a middleman or a religion or something in the middle to be like, okay, I mean, all of those things are fine, but the person in charge is not doing a good job. All of those things are fine, but it's been hijacked. There's nothing wrong with religion, but religion has been hijacked. You are unhappy, and they've convinced you that it's okay, but it's not. Listen to your body. Listen to your heart. Listen to the clear signs that are in your face that whatever you're doing is not working. It's not working. There's no magical thing that's gonna make it better except you. And that's what I was also waiting on. Even throughout my spiritual journey, even when I kind of deconstructed the Christianity part of it and the Islamic part of it, I was still waiting for someone or something to save me. Still, I was still waiting on that. You can't do that. You have to save yourself. You have to remember that you have a blank canvas. Or if not, that you can create one. And how do you create a blank canvas? You create a blank canvas by letting go of everything you ever thought was true. Letting go of everything you ever thought was true. Letting go of everything that doesn't bring you happiness and peace. Follow the peace. Follow the peace. Follow the peace. If it doesn't bring you peace, that's not where you're supposed to be. Point blank, simple. People try to, but boom, boom. No, bitch. Follow the peace. Follow the peace. And go internally and start to let go of all of the things that are not making no damn sense. Like your limiting beliefs, like the way that you talk to yourself, like your thought of, oh, I'm gonna crash my car, or what if I just jumped off a bridge right now? What type of fucking bullshit is that, bitch? I'm sorry to curse, but is this the only way you understand? Like, people think this shit is normal just because it happens a lot. Just because it happens a lot, or just because everybody does it, or just because, like, oh, we all can bond over the fact that we have these crazy thoughts and that's okay, so we're just gonna keep having them. No. Mental and emotional discipline is how you create a blank canvas. And also learning how to, this one is hard, because let me just be honest. They say ignore your reality, don't react to it. But also emotions are important and substantial, or not substantial, but like essential, that's the word, essential to the human experience. So learning how to utilize your emotions work for you. King Solomon, the Bible in the story in the Bible, the story of King Solomon, who commanded the 72 demons to fucking make his temple. Those are your fucking emotions. Command your emotions to build your temple or your life. Okay? Because that's where all of these things are created from, your emotions. Now, that's a little bit more esoteric than maybe some people would like. But that's the truth. And that is why they put certain people, or they create certain circumstances for certain people to go through certain things so they can create bullshit. That's why they put certain type of songs and music in certain communities. Are you listening? So they can create a certain type of reality for themselves. That's why they put certain type of religions in certain type of places, so they can create a certain type of world. So you can be in this, bubble of like self-deprecation and pain and strife and everything is bad here, and then when I go to heaven everything's gonna be good, when in reality that's just not how it works. That's just not how it works. That's just not how it works. Where when you understand that this world is a reflection of the spiritual world, and whatever heaven you are gonna go to is gonna look exactly like this, because we're all interconnected. That there isn't sides, really. And oh, my God is gonna keep me over here. No, bitch, whatever you believe, whatever you feel, I don't know. I'm getting too far out. Okay, I'll keep going, but let me just fix it. Okay, let me try again. This is the answer, because I keep going in circles. It's so hard to say the answer, bruh, because it's like you're not supposed to tell people, but we've come to the point where it's just like, I'm telling motherfuckers, I don't give a fuck. Because maybe if we all did it together, everything would change. But okay, so like I said, the black canvas, everybody has one. What Jesus did, this is what Jesus did. He remembered that everybody has a blank canvas, and he did not allow his circumstances or how he grew up or the people around him who only saw him as the carpenter's son. Read the story about Jesus in his hometown, and they was like, that nigga's not doing that, he's not doing that, he's the carpenter's son. Head ass. Fuck you, bitch. Yeah. And that's from 2025 all the way to whenever the fuck y'all said that dumbass shit about him. Because time is not real. Anyway. This is what Jesus did. He let go of the reality that he saw, which was a bunch of bullshit. And he went into his blank canvas that all of us have, and he created and he drew. Okay? He created and he drew. He used his God-given right to create and draw whatever he wanted for himself. Now they try to tell you that this is only for Jesus. No, it's not only for Jesus. And let me tell you why. Because we create this reality all together. Listen to what the fucking Bible tells you, okay? Y'all not listening. Y'all reading to please your pastor and your fucking friends. Y'all not reading to understand anything. He said, what did he say? I fucking forgot it. He said that the kingdom of God is within. And it's within all of us. And so when you understand that, then you understand how everything is interconnected. When you look at science, and science shows and tells you that everything is interconnected, and you cannot say science is not real, because God created people who created science. Okay? So you cannot say, oh, all of science. Maybe some of science is fake. That's true. It could be. They use science to say that black people were this and black people were that. So use your discernment. But when you're looking at things through an empathetic lens, when you're looking at things through even a logical sense, if there is a paper trail, look for the paper trail, the connecting dots that brings things together. If you try to bring something together and it's not working, like for example with the black people, when you say, oh, black people are stupid, oh, black people can't read, and then you try to use some fake ass science that you made to justify that, it doesn't make sense, because there are black people even in that time who were reading, and they were saying black people couldn't read, but there was black people in their faces reading. There was black people in their faces playing instruments and music, and didn't even know how to read. Maybe they didn't know how to read the notes, but they knew how to play the instrument. So there was intelligence there. The shit was not adding up. The lies were not making any fucking sense. But when you look at something and then the paper trail is there, here's the paper trail. In the Bible, a book that was written a long time ago, it said, the kingdom of God is within you as an individual. And then you have these people, these scientists, these creations of God, because everything was created by God. You have to acknowledge that. You have these scientists, these people, these creations of God telling you that we are all interconnected. As a people, as individuals, we affect each other. We co-create reality together. In terms of our thoughts, in terms of how we feel, in terms of even physically how we interact with each other and what we agree on. Okay? Are you feeling me? So, you stepping into your creator bag, you remembering that you have a blank canvas is essential to the salvation of this planet. To your own salvation. Because that's the word that they use. They say salvation, salvation, salvation. No, not from Jesus himself, because that's so selfish, and y'all need to think about things. Oh my God, Jesus cannot save all 2 billion of you. He cannot. Even if I was Jesus, I would look down and see these boom. I would look down and I would be like, I'm going to bed. I would be like, what them niggas doing down there? I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. And then when you understand that you come down to in this life to learn, even to serve, I agree with that. To serve each other, because we're all here together. You know? You have to realize that there's a certain degree of agency that you need to have over yourself, over your life, over what you are looking at, over your environment, and stop saying that, oh, this is just life. No. And stop being a victim to systems that don't give a fuck about you. And stop trying to be better than the people around you, and actually try to help and save. Actually walk in Jesus' shoes and steps. Because all y'all ever want to do is just be better than the people that are around you. Is have more stuff than the people that is around you. Is do more things than the people that are around you. It's just to say, oh, I'm better than this person. That's your only goal. Your goal is not even salvation. It's just to be better than. But there's always going to be somebody better than you in your terms. Always. Because life is not linear. It is cyclical. And just because you're better than somebody today doesn't mean you will be tomorrow. And so you have to create agency, self-agency within yourself in terms of your emotions. You have to ignore the reality that you are seeing right now, especially if you're somebody who's growing up in poverty. And what do I mean by ignore? Ignore is not even the right word. It's observe. Do not have an initial reaction that spirals you into unconscious behavior. No. Do not have an initial reaction that spirals you into unconscious behavior. Understand what is the appropriate reaction for what you're looking at. If you're somebody who grows up in poverty and you're hungry, hunger is the appropriate reaction to what you're looking at. Okay? You can have that appropriate reaction. It's human to have that reaction. That reaction is a valid reaction to what the fuck you're looking at. And or what the hell you're experiencing. Okay? Ooh, it's not a big one. It was a bird. It just came down here, sorry. And then 3, alchemize. Alchemize either your anger or your sadness or your pain into something else, into something more productive. And that is so hard. You know why? Because it's not even your fault. Because the systems that were created and made were established way before you physically came here. And that you're being handed and passed down all of this bullshit to deal with. And so you don't even want to deal with it. You just want to leave it there. You just want to succumb to the emotion. You just want to be unconscious. Because to be conscious, sometimes, a lot of the times, can fuck with your ass so hard. You know? So, finding that inner peace no matter what the fuck you're going through. Finding that inner peace no matter what the hell you're going through. And it's hard, especially when you grow up in an environment that trauma is all that you fucking know. Or you grew up in a country where trauma is all you know, and that's all you were passed down, and that's all you can see. Doing that takes a whole bunch of top-down processing, okay? Top-down processing is a term that this psychologist, he's something. He has a degree, okay? So, we're not crazy over here. He has a degree. But, what did he say? Oh, his name is Andrew Huberman, and he talks about something called top-down processing when you're trying to change behavior. And you're literally, your brain, your body, and everything is trying to stop you from doing this because it is so comfortable in what it already knows. Because it's trying to survive. And even if you want to look at it like this, there is an energy. Because I'm just going to say it. I don't care no more. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Call me whatever you want. Call me crazy. Call me witch. Call me whatever. Call me rich, bitch, because I'm about to be. And you can be there broke, calling people witches and da-da-da-da-da. Let me tell you something. Bill Gates, that's a wizard. Grade A. Elon Musk, grade A. Donald Trump, grade A. Beyonce, grade A. Grade A. Anyway. What was I saying? Fuck, I forgot. Oh, no, I forgot. It's gone. It's so gone. I remembered. And so what you can also look at it as is attachments, is energies, is demons, is demonic forces on your brain, on your body, convincing you that this is what you need, that you need to be controlled, that you don't know what you're doing, that you are indecisive, that but hoti, the whole time that energy is controlling you. That energy is, orchestrating events and controlling your behavior and cravings and making you do this and making you do that, and just witchcraft all the fucking around. But when they tell you to not even pay attention to those things, when they tell you to follow in a certain type of religion that acknowledges that there's demons and devils, but doesn't tell you how to overcome them, doesn't tell you how to heal yourself or help yourself or protect yourself against these things, and just says pray, who's the real demon and who's the real devil? They don't tell you the power of meditation and learning how to control your thoughts, because that's how you are being controlled. They give you stupid thoughts. They tell, oh, you're gonna die, or you're gonna this, or you're gonna that. No. Find your own agency. Find your own rhythm. Find your own peace within yourself. Go into your body. Come and become one with every single thing that has happened to you. You're going to have to do it. I don't care how traumatic. And they try to distract you with worldly things. Maybe that worked in 1990. Maybe in 2000 it was okay. I quit my job because I felt the energy. It's not okay anymore. Shit is about to go down on this fucking planet. And you're going to have to be truly and eternally in touch with who you are, with your own peace, with the God that is within you. Because God is within you, and He's in all of us, every single one of us, in the concrete, in the stone, in the trees. He put essence in every single thing that He created, His own essence. In every single thing, and gave you authority and agency over your own life. Please ask yourself, who writes these books? Who writes these books? Who wrote this book? Why didn't they say that? Why did they say that it was only for Jesus? Why did they say that? Do you think Jesus said that? Do you think Jesus was a pompous bitch ass nigga who said you can't do what I'm doing, when He was literally going around telling everybody the kingdom of God is within? You think He said that and then said, don't do da 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 and la 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 la, and wait for me to come back to save you? That's what you think? That I want y'all to sit down. You think that's what He said? He said to wait for Him to come back. And if He ever came back, it would never be physical. It would be the same way that God was talking to Him, within. If Jesus ever came back, it's going to be within inside of you. It was never going to be physical. It was never going to be out the sky, baby. And so this is when they talk about the trumpets, when they talk about the trumpets, the blowing in the sky, it's begun. And I know I sound so crazy. I know I sound so dramatic. I know that I'm a random girl on the internet. But I've been through some things. Wind blowing for confirmation. And I don't care how young or inexperienced anybody thinks I am. I don't care what I've shown people. Because I can say I haven't been the best projector of my own light. I've always been dimming my light. I've always been making myself small. I've always been letting go and allowing people to shit on me, and trying to not even allowing people to shit on me, is trying to find community, trying to find my tribe, trying to help people, trying to be friends, trying to bond, trying to get closer to people. But they don't want that. And constantly trying and making myself small because I knew that this person felt comfortable when I was smaller. This person felt comfortable when I was more fat. I used to be fat, y'all. I'm still a little fat, and that's okay. I'm still working on it. I'm about to look like Lori Harvey very soon. Very soon. But I was dimming my light so fucking much, bro. Like, so much. To make people comfortable. In hopes that they would be my friend. Yes, like a little kid. And all I ever got was bullshit. All I ever got was negativity. All I ever got was trauma bonding. All I ever got was people talking behind my back. That's all I ever got from that. And so I'm done. I'm fucking done. And maybe because I'm crazy too. But I never shared this with nobody. I was never this vulnerable. I've been more vulnerable on the internet than I've been in my fucking real life, okay? They can smell it on you. I guess. They can smell it on me. They can smell it on me. But I am crazy. I talk in third person and shit. Like, I can't hold it against nobody, okay? I cannot hold it against anybody. But the crazy is where it's at, I promise. The craziest person you know is where it's at. So ask yourself, what can you learn instead of judging? Because you're gonna need community. We are all, not you, we all, me included, am gonna need community in these upcoming years for whatever show they're about to put on. Because just remember, it's a show, and they're creating these things so people react to them and reinforce it. But if you stop reacting in an unconscious way, the show stops. The show stops. What is that nigga? Pluto's allegory of the cave? Somebody's allegory of the cave. It's just projections. It's just shadows. And then you're basing your whole entire life on a shadow, when you could be basing your whole entire life on something that you painted and you created. Because it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. But it's gonna take you a long time to get there. Well, it's not gonna take you a long time. It's gonna take you a lot of removing. I don't know how long that's gonna take you. Yeah. But when you realize that all of this entire world, as above, so below, this entire world was created on a blank canvas. From nothing. The same thing that the trees are made out of is the same thing that this concrete is made out of, is the same thing that I'm made out of. It's the same thing that you're made out of. It's all the same thing. Okay? It's all the same thing. And that when you are born, it is just like the world being created from a blank canvas. Just slightly different because of DNA and whatever we already had previously talked about. And when you decide that you're going to have agency over your life, when you decide that you are going to let go of the program that other people have given you, when you even decide that you're going to let go of whatever has been programmed into your DNA, because everything is a black canvas, and that just because it was given to you doesn't mean you have to keep or uphold it. That you are the creator. And the only reason why it's gotten to this point is because this creation is failing. So now there has to be a reset. There has to be another blank canvas. And I know that sounds so crazy and so prophetic and so weird, and why is this coming out of this 25-year-old girl with a bow on her fucking head? But that's how God uses any type of way. I had a friend who gave me a reading about my fucking life. And she was telling me how God will use anything to get his message through. That when something was happening, when Jesus was being born, I forgot the story. Jesus was being born and something was happening, but God was like, okay, well, that way's not going to work. Let me use another way. And so it's never going to come how you look, how you want it to look like. It's never going to come how dressed up and pretty you want it to look. If you wanted it to come from your church sermon on Sunday, I don't know. It was not going to come like that, because that church has already been compromised. That the amount of blockages that is there is too much. The message is not going to come out how it needs to come out. Now people are waiting when they should be creating. Stop waiting for Jesus and start creating. Stop waiting for him and start creating like him. In his likeness. God made man in his likeness. And that does not mean that you get all pompous and, oh, I'm the creator, I tell people to do this and I tell people to do that and I da-da-da-da-da. And no. Creation needs community. Especially when we're talking about our entire collective reality. It needs community. And that's been breaking down. People don't have communities like they used to anymore. It's all about being better it's all about being better than being better for. So this is already long. I've been here for so long talking, and I need to do other things. But I just was upside down, and I got that, and I had to tell y'all. But I'm going to reiterate it because I don't want it to get lost. I'm a rambler, okay? ADHD brain. Crazy girl brain. Good coochie, though. You have a blank canvas. It is your God-given right. And you can create whatever it is that you desire to create. You can create whatever it is you desire to create. Okay? It is your God-given right to create. And your reality, and especially for people who look like me, was molded, created, and fashioned in a way that would hinder your ability to create. That would force feed you trauma, hypersexuality, negativity, jealousy, betrayal. That will feed you all of these negative feelings, all of these negative emotions. Okay? And so that's what you would be creating out of. You would be creating the gap, the wealth gap. This is why I say we all need to take responsibility for our environment. Your compliance to the system is you helping create the system. So y'all complain about the age gap, y'all complain about the woman gap, the healthcare gap, and wherever, all the gaps in the pharmaceutical companies and all of this, y'all are helping create it. Your compliance is helping create these systems and realities. Your adherence to the system is helping create the the wealth gap between the rich and the poor. It's helping create the poverty that's happening in all these countries. It's helping them and aligning with, you know, whatever proxy wars or bombings, all of it, it's all our fault together. Yes. So everybody wants to sit on different lines and sides, but it doesn't work like that. And in God's eyes, it doesn't work like that. So start creating. Ignore your reality by not stupidly ignoring your reality and being like, oh, I'm going to, well, some things, I'm not going to hold you. I did both. My credit score is 423 right now. Okay? My credit score is 400. My credit score is 400. My credit card, who knows? I lost my place. Everything's gone. Everything is gone. But the awareness that I have is unmatched. But I'm still creating. I'm still on the last phase. So you have to create. And that's all I can say. Did I finish telling y'all? You have to create. Yeah, I'm feeling a shift in energy. Let me get a little bit closer. I'm going to edit this, so it's going to be way better. You have to create. Okay? You have to let go of every single thing that you knew and use your discernment. What do you think is good? What if you could create a world? How would you create it? Right? If you would, live somewhere, where would you want to live? If you were a child, who would you want your parent to be? That's how I want you to create, actually. Fuck everything I just said. If you were a child, if you were a child and you were being raised by two people, how would you want those two people to act? Knowing that you have no agency over your life, knowing that you shit and piss yourself all the fucking time, knowing that you're needy as fuck. How would you create your reality? How would you create your reality? Would you be codependent? Even though being a child is codependent for a time. Would you ignore your child? Or would you want your parents to ignore you? How would you create your reality if you couldn't bring anything to the table? You get what I'm saying? Because people be creating out of trauma, and that's why religion was created, because y'all niggas is crazy. Y'all was creating out of trauma. Y'all was bullshitting, partying and bullshitting, creating bullshit. They said, okay, take that shit away from them niggas. It's a wrap. Tell them that there's a God. Okay, I was rewatching the video a little bit because I kept getting stumped on trying to tell y'all. I think I told y'all what the secret clear, but it's hard because it's a feeling. And that's what I kept getting tripped up on. That's why my ADHD kept going off and I was going in circles, because it's honestly a feeling. The feeling of inner peace. Like, you cannot explain it. You cannot teach somebody how to do it. Somebody has to do it for themselves. And that's why all these religions are doing y'all a disservice, telling you to wait for somebody to do this for you. And that heaven is that. But the kingdom of God is within. And all of those things that they're telling you that you have to wait for is accessible right now. So you have to learn how to ignore your reality, but not really ignore. You still have to interact with it, but basing your decisions out of a centered mind, a centered brain, not doing things unconsciously, not hurting yourself unconsciously, not expressing emotions unconsciously, truly and honestly moving with intention. Truly and honestly moving with intention to do whatever it is, whatever your intention is. I don't know who you are or what your story is or what God has in your book, but understanding that for yourself and then moving through that, and God could just have it in your book to raise a family and have a nice family and just live your life. Like, not everybody has to have a traumatic life, not everybody has to go through so much and no. That's not everybody's story. And so understanding what your calling is, that's another way to expedite your inner peace, finding your inner peace, because those things are usually tied together. And then understanding that you are everything and nothing at the same time, that you are the blank slate and you are also everything that has been created from the blank slate. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. I don't know how else to say that. Like, I don't know, babe. you gonna have to meditate on that one, baby, because that's the only thing I can tell you. Like, moving through intention, moving through conscious awareness, letting go of every single thing, or coming to peace with every single thing that has happened to you, so that you can now create and operate through a blank slate. You can have the memory, but sometimes even memory can alter your nervous system, or your antenna, as I like to call it. Your antenna is just how, because we talk to each other before we talk to each other. Like I said, everything is connected. It's energies, it's frequencies. And so everybody has a certain frequency, and that's why I had no fucking friends, because I had the antenna was going off and telling everybody and snitching on me. Like, when I was really actually a dope ass motherfucking bitch, I just had shit on me that I was trying to get off. I'm still a dope ass bitch. Like, I'm actually that bitch, and I'm actually so fun and so funny and a vibe. I'm such a vibe. But I just had a bunch of trauma on me that was signaling to everybody else to stay the fuck away. Okay? And so, but once you learn how to master that state and hold those memories, while also not allowing those memories to affect the way that you create or the way that you see, because those are 1 and 2, they go hand in hand. Now you're doing something. Now you're making something shake. Now when you say, hey, I need this, it comes immediately, because you are not creating out of the lack that you grew up in. Okay? So I think that's the easiest way that I could say it. But there are structures, there are systems that are created so nobody finds this out, so nobody does this for themselves. And there are hijacking, these new age movements, and but that's why you gotta go within. There's nothing outside of you, any jewelry, any money, any whatever, anything that they're trying to attract you to go into all of these spiritual woo-woo groups and manifest this, manifest that, da 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 da. Just know that you have to get in touch with you first. That anything you create will indeed show its ass. Okay? Anything that you would create will indeed show its ass. You keep playing around, it will indeed show its ass. So if you're creating out of spaces of greed or angst or anxiety, it will show its ass. But yeah, you got this. And I think I keep repeating myself because that's a trauma point with me. That's a trauma point with me. Something I just realized, because I'm like, okay, I just explained that well. But when you're severely traumatized, your memory is terrible. That's one. Two, there's this emotional impermanence or like mental impermanence that I have where it's like, oh my God, I understood that, but now it's gone. And I have to keep reminding myself, keep remembering, keep reminding myself, keep remembering. And so I'm sorry, guys, if maybe you got it the first time and I keep talking about it. But you got this. You got this. And I want to say it again so bad. I'm not going to say it again. But you know what to do. Love you. Bye.